How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the last part of the Oddventure demo here. I kind of looked ahead, and I know that it's roughly a 90-minute demo, so I know that I'm rounding the corner here. I didn't spoil anything, didn't want to go that far, but I did want to map out my recording and plan ahead a little bit, you know? Hey there, we got Sexy Sawing Dwarf, Woody. Somehow, they actually gave him a more suggestive name than Sexy Sawing Dwarf. I don't know how I managed to, underrepresent that one. You can't pass here. Come back later. I can't believe it had to fall down at a time like this. Sheesh. I have an idea. Let's make a ladder out of ourselves and Mr. Rabbit can climb up. I'd rather he be the ladder. I don't want that man or animal climbing over me in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, gross, Bonzo. Don't suggest things like that. How will the rest of us go through? Oh, I didn't think of that. Ducks! My best plan was a bust. I thought ducks was his solution. Apparently it's just, an exclamation of frustration in a very G-rated way. I'm curious if we can actually go past the tree, or if it's a funny way of the demo being like, you can see this in the full game, it's not ready yet. Or we just run straight at it. This oak has fallen, and it can't get up on its own. What is the medical alert necklace thing? Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. I forget what it's called. I was the only one to skip leg day. And how did I end up? Life is so hard for these poor little dwarves. I don't mean to say little. I mean little in the sense that the world is very large, you know? I didn't mean to put that on them. I didn't really properly appreciate earlier how funny it is to have a triple and quadruple bunk bed. I really do enjoy that. Whoever that is at the very top there, they have a picture of a posing Ronaldo-esque dwarf, while also seemingly just having a picture of a hat. I just really enjoy their thematic dwarf-like hats, don't they? Well, shucks, then I'm not quite sure where to go. I guess I just have to go backwards and fight these for now. Everyone's in a good mood and feeling confident. I could just dedicate some time to everyone comforting one another. And then everyone will just be in really good, positive moods. And hopefully, we can stay alive while we're busy working on all that. But if everyone's just feeling bright and happy and positive, then perhaps we can perform a little bit better. And it becomes less of a desperate situation where we just kind of plummet ourselves down into a really critical territory from a seemingly simple battle. We're getting into ecstatic territory, but I'm also getting kind of beat up quite a bit. So I'm starting to wonder if maybe, especially now that my characters are starting to get a little bit stun locked. Oh, I can't even comfort Rabbit and Dodo when they're like that. So it makes me think I should move along from that and probably focus on attacking things a little bit more. Increases their mood, may cause laughter. We'll focus on Hatter A for now and try and get them feeling bright and wonderful and happy with themselves. Cancel the charging of a skill. I don't really think they were charging anything, but if I do think we're better off just focusing really hard on one enemy at a time. It's typically what works. Oh, the laughter over Mr. Rabbit's dead body as he jumps in the way. The laughter skill raised it by 26? This thing's getting so pumped up and happy. Bonzo will learn some really good jokes from the dwarves, apparently. I keep wanting to call them gnomes. It's the silly hats, I guess. I don't know, I don't have a strong idea of what the true distinction is there. Does laughter just stop them from attacking from time to time? Or... oh, he's starting to blush a little bit. I like how you can actually physically see them change as their, emotions are affected. There. He did, a little wave goodbye with his foot, which was kind of silly. I wish there was a better indication of how near I was to completing the happiness cycle for them. But I guess in most games of this nature, you know, you're not seeing his health either. Can you comfort yourself, man? It would be a great help if you just gave yourself a quick bit of comfort, seeing as you're the only one right now who's a little bit down in the dumps. Laughter is one does laughter work like poison? That you accumulate happiness? Oh, I think I got interrupted. That's probably why that didn't work that time, and why it didn't work before. Stupid butt that just sticks out now and again is absurd. Charlie's so gosh darn happy, you know? I just want to keep that going. I don't want to use the happy song because it makes them mad, so I guess I'll just focus on... And the other skill's not really that necessary. No one's taking that heavy of an amount of damage, so I might as well focus on the comforting. It's kind of like having a dedicated healer in the team, I guess, is having, like, dedicated comforters. It kind of makes sense. You become a better person, mood increased by 1. I do really like that you can increase damage by becoming a bad person, though. It seems like it would make the aggressive run of this game a lot simpler. To just start bashing anything and everything to smithereens. And that would just escalate and improve and improve and improve. And then eventually you just win. And everyone else dies, and that's fine. Don't come in. Okay, I've been to this before. It just said occupied the first time. Knock it off. I can't focus. Okay, he's back in the zone there. I didn't permanently throw him off. Need a key to open. Sis. What about the dwarf's brother? Maybe we should look for him. Something may eat him. No, let's just go inside. Oh, I see. Perhaps we should have dedicated more time to properly searching. Mom? Dad? You guys have anything to say? Or are you just here to guilt trip me for not looking for the brother? That I'm thinking is actually supposed to be me. I can't... Apparently the character only has 4 resting directions. There it is. It was very difficult to recreate. There, it's... The hair in the back is a little bit different, but there's still, like, the long sleeves and everything. I have to assume that's still meant to be me. A lone book on a chair. Try and commit that to memory. Okay, well, that's... I was gonna say just a TV. It's a little bit spookier than that. But I'm curious if the book on the chair... crib, like, it doesn't seem like any of this iconography is, like, just there to be decorative. It all feels really intentional. Oh, that's who I was seeing the silhouette of. Probably my mom? You've suffered so much. I know it's hard, but I'm always here with you. I will help you get where you belong. I mean, definitely it's our mom, but oh, God, come on. Did that, like, actually happen? Did we space out? Did you guys see any of that? I see. So, you ended up here the same way I once did. The difference is that I decided to stay. I have some good and bad news for you. The good news is there's a way to get back. The bad is, if you won't hurry up, you'll stay here forever. In the best case scenario. But be warned, the road is long and winding. Surely more than one battle awaits you, and the toughest enemy you can meet will always be yourself. Don't worry, as long as you're determined, the spark of hope won't fade. You have a special gift that can change reality around you. Small typo. Be smart about how you use it. Firstly, you have to go to the king of this land. He's called Godwin the Good, and he rules over this land, the Kingdom of Luxia. I don't know if Godwin or Luxia are brothers Grimm specific fairy tale things. They might have to do a little bit of research. If there's anyone able to help, it's definitely him. Take Mr. Rabbit and Dodo with you. Do I have to? They really make me uncomfortable. They know these lands well. They might be useful. They might also just be creepy and weird. I'd rather not, but if you insist, Jack. Oh, JG. when the initials came up earlier. In the last episode there. That should have occurred to me so much sooner. I'm glad I remembered it now, at least. Will you take care of her? You know it. Just not like you took care of that plant you were supposed to look after when I was away. See, I don't want to put a lot of trust in these guys. I think it's uncomfortable. I think it's a bad call, bad judgment. JG, that's what you're wanting to do. Don't worry, Churly. You're in good paws. And wings. We really think these guys should be in charge. Maybe I won't have to go and look around for my teacups all over the forest for a little while. There's no time to waste. Off you go. Oh, I see what he's saying, is that these two keep taking his tea sets out, and he has to go track them down. I was like, what is he saying? What is this terrible metaphor? Gotta go find my tea in the forest. But no, I follow completely. You know where to find me, just in case. I'm gonna go stand in the corner of my house. There's no other room for me to go in, so I'll just pretend I'm incredibly fascinated by this. Actually, he's always in the way of it, so I don't even... Is it a really boring, terrible picture? Is it a broken, ineffective mirror? Your troubles won't disappear like that. We all make our own fate. But hey, keep your chin up. Well, thanks for the tiniest bit of advice. I suppose I'll attempt to do something with it. Wasn't the most helpful. Sis, we have to help the dwarves. They're really worried about their brother. Yeah, I was worried about my brother too. And whose fault was that? Yours. Yours, little bro. So thanks a lot for that. For making me worry so much. I'm genuinely curious if there is a key around. Golden ball at the bottom of the well. You can still see the light through the depths. Even with like a full team full of people, hey? Reminder of your choices. I could have not taken that. Which is really interesting. I don't know how much it would have mattered. But now I feel like I have to run back. Nice rock. Pebble. Whatever, that makes it sound a lot less impressive. It's barely anything, really. But I do wonder if we didn't take it at all, then would we show it to we'd have nothing to show those dwarves when we went to their house and things like that, you know? I kind of think I'm just gonna like throw rocks at these guys and attack them this time around. I already got enough dwarf friends. 7 of them, or at the very least soon to be 7. Ideal for small troubles. Well, they are quite small. And I'm not above making height jokes. And I tower above these dwarves. So I just want to finish them off, you know? Not worried about the battling right now. Although they are making Rabbit and Dodo annoyed. Feel a little bit bad for them. But not very bad. I just noticed the purple all around the lips of the dwarves because they've presumably been gobbling down dingleberries. Just wolfing them all up any chance they get. As if they weren't gross enough, weird enough characters already. They have a diet of the most disturbingly uncomfortable named food there is. So thanks. Thanks a lot for that. I really wish I knew what the little yellow floaty blobby lava lamp thing was that appears below different characters at various times. Not a clue what that actually means. This wasn't here before, was it? You found common candy and sparkler ×2. There's like a nest there? This is messing me up. Did I go back the way I thought I came and have ended up in a totally new area? I don't really want to fight that if I don't have to. Just trying to slip up top to the nest there. I can see if it's a new enemy type, but it's probably just going to be a dwarf again. There's others that'll need to be fought continually, so I'll just focus on what I know. Do you know what? I really need to comfort Mr. Rabbit and Dodo. They're in rough shape there. I guess I should try to be less mean to them and just constantly shit on their hospitality and their willingness to help here. We'll try and work together and be as friendly as we can. For whatever reason, Bonzo gets to go twice in a row there, so I'll take advantage of that to bring things up into the green. Bright and happy. The dwarf flashes and everyone blushes. Blinded. Very disgusting. Not... I think that's why I commit to killing the dwarves. You know, I try to be a good person. I try to make others happy in this world. These mushrooms, I got nothing against them. These dwarves are disgusting. Oh, it might be indicating that he's charging something up, actually. I might have just figured that out. So I'm going to try and interrupt it. And see? It still is there. And now I'm a little bit irritated that I committed to making it happy. So I'm going to immediately try and kill its mood. bring that back down again. I don't want him feeling too happy. Or realistically happy at all. None of it. If I can manage. Cut that out, man. And that proves that I didn't interrupt anything. Curse word. Fling that at him. Really hurt them, deeply wound them, and lowering the mood. I don't really know how we play a tune that only the dwarf hears when they're standing right next to each other like that. It really seems like we're playing a bad tune to lower their mood, that it would affect both of them. It's quite the skill to focus attack that on just the one character. Don't know how we manage. It's a true talent of Rabbit and Dodos. Finish off Dwarf A by making him feel terrible. Get on out of here. Runs away crying. Just as he deserves. And I stand by that. He earned it. He flashed everyone. Multiple times. Can't be having that in this forest. Can't be having that anywhere. So long. Walked away peacefully. You got a present. So that might have come... Oh, well, maybe it's just the one gift. You become a worse person. Mood decrease and damage. You've become a better person. So if you just keep killing one, or at least making them cry and chasing them away, while simultaneously helping someone, then it all balances out perfectly. And I don't have to have any regrets or feel like I'm being a jerk. Should I be helping collecting these tea sets? The initials written on them? Oh, we never did find out what's up with that. I really, really do want to know. I suppose it could be a creative... It's either just a really neat world thing, or it could be a creative way to block us off for the demo. I thought maybe it would be a helpful thing to go collect those tea sets for him, you know, and bring them back. Maybe he'd have a little prize for us. He'd be overall just quite thankful for what we've done. Hiya, gang! Slippy, I missed you, bud. I want you on the team. Are you willing to join the party? George Washington! I like this guy's expletives. Ugh. Why are you giving me strange nicknames again? Hi. Wait, he's calling Slippy George Washington? It's not a frog pun or toad pun in any way, shape, or form. And even so, it's the best name you could possibly give a frog. I love it. I see you're back in one piece. Heroes always come out of trouble in one piece. Back in one piece. What did he see before? Ha! He is so cute and innocent, Ribbit. I'm sorry, but we're in a hurry to save a dwarf. Then, I guess there isn't much time left. I've just seen the big hungry wolf taking a whiff at him. Let's go. It's interesting because the Brothers Grimm tales are mostly the fairy tales that we're familiar with. Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, who knows, tons and tons of others, but they're like, you know, gory, weird, violent versions of them. It's the Seven Dwarves. So it's interesting because they're going to be these, like, stories that people are familiar with. Like, I know that they're Grimm stories, but I'm less familiar with the Grimm version of it. So I'm kind of interested to see how they tie in the Grimm version, you know? What would you like to know? We've already talked about all this. I thought you might have something new to say. Practice makes perfect. The more enemies you convince not to fight, the better you become in doing so. Same if you end the fight in other, less pleasant ways. I guess I should be committing to one thing. Like, probably, right? Like, I've been making everyone, all the dwarves, unhappy and all the mushrooms happy. As long as I keep that straight and don't switch it up. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, no. We're too late. He's really bouncing around as if this is not phasing him and it's, like, not terrible what he's witnessing. There's just bones left. And they're licked clean. Poor Mr. Dwarf. He didn't deserve to end like this. I'm sad now, he says through his big old smile through the mouth of a giant rabbit. I wonder how the dwarves taste. Bonzo, you've been in this weird land too long, little dude. You're quickly becoming very twisted. Now I'm hungry. Might eat some dwarf. Berries. Good cover, but I don't really believe you. I think there's a real chance that you would, given the opportunity, eat a dwarf. And it disgusts me. Still can't, hey? Well, can we at least check in with JG? Do you want an update? Do you care? You're just kind of doing your own thing, trying to get on with your day. Your troubles won't disappear like that. We all make our own fate, but hey, keep your chin up. Sweet, thanks for that. This little chair here makes me think that, like, someone lays on the couch and then they sit and tell stories to them. It's kind of a cute little setup there. We don't really get to know much about it. Just some quick flower smashing as we're making our way out. If you'll need my counsel, you know where to find me. I'm always ready to help. Weird that you didn't address us a second ago. Waited till we had come to see you. You kind of blew us off, repeated yourself, and now you want to say something. Really eating into our time, Jack. Maybe he's just upset that we kind of upset the rhythm of his day, so he's just kind of returning the favor. I have a feeling we'll see each other again anyway. Who's the brothers, Grimm? I know it's Jack, obviously. I don't know who the other one would be, and I'm curious if or when we'll see him. Brothers is a really recurring theme, even in just this demo. Might be in the full game. Wait! There's one more important thing we've forgotten about. The guy in the outhouse. Missy, we need to gather some funds before we can go further. We have to start a Kickstarter campaign. They're right, sis. I thought we'd go back to the dwarves and let them know that we were unable to find their well, that's not true. Very much did find him, but I'm sure they'd like to know regardless. Without Kickstarter, we may not even have where to go. Or anything to eat. Oh no, I don't want to starve to death. We may even need to go live with the dwarves. Or, continue selling our bodies. It wouldn't be anything new for us. We've already been deep into the prostitution game for quite some time now. Convince them chomly? They still don't know. Charlie, you're good at this kind of stuff. Really reading into our personality type. I like that. Just the fist thump there. Get on it. Thank you for playing. We hope to see you for the Kickstarter, which is not actively running. You haven't missed it if you're watching this video new. Honestly, if you watch it any other time, I can't say for certain, so I won't pretend that that's an indefinite thing. But I will have a link down below to the Kickstarter page, which I'm quite certain exists already, but it hasn't gone live yet. So you can set yourself a reminder, follow them on Twitter, all that good stuff, and keep an eye out for it because it is upcoming. I think it's a good idea to put the demo out there a little bit before the Kickstarter. I think it's a good idea. It's hard to say. If you put it out alongside the Kickstarter, people immediately can go hop over to things. But this way you can get a little bit of feedback before you even put together your Kickstarter. You would probably know how much money you need and what you want to do with it. But this way you have a little bit more of a give and take with the fans to hear what they're excited about. me personally, I just want to see more. I think the battle system is a little slow. Like, I think I just need to face more of each enemy type, though, to be able to polish them off more quickly. The game really seems to be discouraging me from actually attacking and killing enemies ever. So I can't... maybe that's just my own guilt, you know? Maybe that is a really viable way to play the game. I'd be curious to see in what ways that affects the story. If you're increasingly lowering the mood of the main character, that's got to have ramifications, right? So that all that sort of stuff is very interesting to me. Oh wait, here's a little bit of a cheat here. Weird, awkward episode lengths, and so I was kind of curious, like, did I miss anything? So I wanted to look at someone else's playthrough and see what, if there was anything else I could have done, because it's kind of weird, differing episode lengths, and that bothers me. It doesn't really matter, but it bothers me. I found this from Memory Card, so I'm going to link to them in the description if you want to see their full playthrough. They have this entire hour-and-a-half thing here where they played through the full game, made some different choices, so it could be worth checking it out. I'll have that available for you guys. But one thing I noticed, they also took the dwarf's hat, so that doesn't seem to be the important bit here. But I'm curious if it has something to do with differences in mood going into the last part of this game, if I was too mean or not mean enough. But even just within the demo, we have this little branching bit here. When you go back to the start, you can actually encounter the dwarf, and he hasn't been picked clean yet. And what if he eats us too? Can't we just scare him away somehow, Chappily? You're good at it. So maybe that's if you were really mean? I'm not the one you're supposed to scare. Jeepers! He's gonna gobble him up like a chicken. Sis, I found your old report cards with some great grades on them when I was in your room. Oh, you're trying to rile me up and get me angry? You must be very smart. Think of something. Or what does that have to do with anything, Bonzo? I don't really know what you're getting at there. Somehow we gotta give him one of these and see if we can chase him away. Oh, that was kind of cool. Howling at the moon. Okay, that's pretty hardcore. I'd be terrified if I had to show down with this. That seems terrifying. I don't want to fight that. The Cry Wolf has birthday today and gets excited after getting the present. That's so funny. I would have never thought to try giving it a gift. So that's also just like a really interesting interaction within the game here. Great way to level up, and gives you a ton of experience. That's really awesome. That's just a funny little interaction. Thank you, Memory Card, because I'm very much utilizing their Let's Play here. I want to be very clear that it's someone else's footage here. I don't want to just, like, steal it without giving them credit or anything like that. There's also footage of them actually fighting the wolf, so I don't think we really need to see that. But then after all that, you can go back to the dwarves because you actually have someone to bring back to them. Thank you for saving our little brother. Those are some good news. These from Murky. He always knows just what to say. I appreciate it. That's exactly what I needed to hear. No problem, Mr. Oh God, that's what heroes are for, Bonzo. We'll make sure that everyone will hear about how you helped us. And equally how you said that very, very insensitive little piece there. I realize he's a little child, but come on, Bonzo, you gotta learn to keep a lid on it. We'll make sure everyone hears about how you helped us. And here's your reward. Received frog milk. We should get going. It's getting dark. The night is scary. I'm even scared to go pee alone after dark. Farewell. Well, you don't have to worry about it, Dodo. If you decide to go pee, someone will lock you up into that bathroom and you'll never get out of it. But at least you know that you'll be safe in there. Give the hat back? Oh, okay, so if you did take the hat, maybe you'd be able to come back for it later. Regardless if he was a skeleton or a dwarf, in either situation, the hat might still be there if you hadn't taken it before. So I'm curious to see what giving the hat back does. It's difficult to pace something out when it's not your own footage. You really have to control the stopping and starting of things. Little dwarf, Oh, okay, that was after the hat had been given back. Give it back. Yes. All better. Missy has a good heart. Oh, it was as simple as and straightforward as that, apparently. Still passed out, still ass hanging out. We helped him as best we could, but at the same time, like, not really. We didn't really actually do that much for him, did we? There. Now I feel a little bit more comfortable of showing you some of the diverging stories and stuff in the game. Thank you, memory card. I'll make sure to have a link to that so you guys can go check that out for yourselves. And then experiment with the demo and see what other new creative ways you can kind of manipulate things and diverge the story in minor to meaningful ways. Because the fact that the dwarf died and I didn't have to fight the wolf seems pretty major to me. Anyways, you guys will have to keep an eye out. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.